Greetings, hello, welcome everyone, welcome to DevChatter. My name is Brendan, and this channel here is DevChatter. I think you probably figured that one out though. I want to thank all of you for showing up today, and I also want to thank you for your patience with my start time there. I got a message that threw me off a little bit right as I was about to prep. Stoolpenner, that's the way I like to start a stream, and that's the 9-month. Greetings, Stoolpenner. Hello, welcome. I noticed that your Chatosaurus there on your sub badge has a little grabber to be able to reach things. No longer will his short arms prevent him from getting to, items that he drops under a table or being able to hold a sign above his head. So, hype, welcome, greetings. Okay, so, stuff for today. I guess I'll tell you all. The message I got was asking me if I could do a last-minute talk. So, odds are reasonably good that I will be giving a talk at a conference this Friday in the morning. Luckily, I already have some talks prepped that I can give. So I will be doing one of those. It should be quite fun. I know there's probably some people in the chat that will be in attendance for that event. A couple of other things. First off, Link Slumps, or Link Slumps, whichever one you really want to be called. Welcome. Hello. Yes, you were the first person to say anything on the stream here, and you even said that before the bot, so congratulations. Plan for today, for those of you that don't know. First off, we are a channel that likes to work on open source projects as well as to promote the developer community, especially the developer community here on the internet, so live streamers and the like, and the ability for people to interact from around the world instead of just local area. Because I could obviously, gather together some people in my local area and have a conversation about tech, but that's not quite as fun as gathering people from around the world to have a conversation about tech. So, with that being said, that means that pretty much all the code that we do here on the stream is out at GitHub at github.com/devchatter, because obviously we want to have our code available for people to get access to and see. And we also then, in addition to the live streams and the chat during the stream itself, we have a Discord for anybody that wants to talk outside of the stream. Two great places for that. Other things that I do want to talk about, the project we are going to be working on today, and I am planning on sticking with that. I did suggest in our Discord that maybe I would work on my session, updating the slides and the like, so people could see that kind of thing. Someone had suggested that in the Discord, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to go with our original plan, which is to continue working on our community website, our live streaming website. We want to build a place where viewers and live streamers together can help find each other. So the idea being, you're interested in watching stream, you want to find one. You're interested in streaming, you want to be able to tell people about it. This is the place that we want to build for that. And the way that we're doing it is by making it a spot where you do go and put your information there. So things like your schedule, what types of content you do, so tag-based and the like. We were setting up this, our styling is terrible on that data right now, don't worry about that, but again, these are the last minute things that we want. We're going to fix up some of the UX and make some styling changes to our application. We want to make it a little bit more usable. Again, not my area of expertise, so absolutely jump in and we'll dig through this together. I think that in some ways is actually going to be a better learning experience if we dive through it together, because then when you run into things that you bang your head against the wall while trying to do, it'll hopefully be similar to the ones that I did, and we'll have a way around it. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So, the code that we were messing with last time, and I am going to try and figure it out using the DevTools in Chrome. But before I do that, I'm going to open up a couple of files just so that we have them. I'm going to open up these two files, as these are the places where we're working. We are currently building up our tag selection little widgety thing, which maybe we will actually make it a widget, but for now it's only going to live in one place, so I'm not going to pull it out to anything. And widget, I of course mean component, but I like the word widget better. It's more fun to say. Tag selection is the other piece So as we mentioned, this is the styling that we set up basically for it. We said, hey, it's going to be a flex row. So that takes the data and just says, hey, just kind of be a row. And I forget if wrap is a default option or not. That I can't remember. I can find out by pulling this out temporarily. Which we're also going to do that. We want to show more, show less kind of functionality as well. So is it? Nope, it's not. Okay, so wrap is not a default. I couldn't remember. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Step 1. Grab these. Get rid of this console because it's in the way. How do I change this font so you can all see it? Can I make that bigger? Anybody know? Because I can zoom that, and then you can see that part, but I'm not sure if I can zoom. Oh, yes, I can. Fantastic. Good. There we go. Lovely. You can all see this now. All right, so the tag selection looks like this. We just put in a bunch of spans with anchor tags in them, and it works well enough. If we take a look at the tag selection right here, we have display flex. If we did flex-wrap, that should let us wrap. I need some space. There we go. Okay. So we're going to watch these right here. As space shrinks down, hey, they wrap to the new line. Okay. So that does what we want, so those wrap. We need to get them a little bit of padding, other stuff like that. They don't look nice, but and we need to make them functional too, but that's where we want to put the data. So those are the tags and how many items are associated with each one. Upgrading Dave. Yeah, so I do appreciate that. We absolutely are going to need people to help us test this, and hopefully hopefully we can get some other people on board with this. I think it's going to be super useful. The big thing being calendars. I don't know how many times I've had somebody say, "Hey, I was picking this schedule, but I don't know when to stream on this day because I don't know when anyone else is streaming." And without even having the information available, it's there's not really a good way of choosing a time. Okay, so we definitely want to do a flex wrap on that. So I'm actually going to take this one and immediately just put it over in the code, because clearly we're going to flex wrap this. So flex, wrap. Okay. Next thing we need to do is I want this to take up space. So what I'm going to do is CSS flexbox spacing. Because I know that it has the ability to, take a space, to occupy it and spread out. Ah, here we go. Justify content. That's the one we want. So let's say justify content and space evenly, maybe? That's not bad. What happens is this loses space, though. Do they start to get too close together? Yeah, they start to get too close together. Now, if they had a surrounding box, I don't think that would be that bad, but I like the evenly spacedness of that. I do think that looks nice. So instead of spaced evenly, let's see if there's something else we can do that might look nice. So centered. You could maybe do that. So this is actually why Flex is so powerful, because it actually builds in the kind of control that many of us loved in WPF, like the XAML style stuff. You get just more control. Did you say evenly spacedness? Probably Stool Penner. That's. I mean, how else would you say that? Space between. Ooh, I might like that better, actually. I might like space between better. So we're gonna say oh man, oh no, that's so worrying. Can you all see this here? I'm being warned that this property is not compatible with IE8. How unfortunate for the IE8 users. I was just kidding, Stoolpenner. It was a joke. Evenly spacedness is not a word. I was making it up. How are we handling CSS? Is Bootstrap or something else? So link slumps, we do have Bootstrap in here, but these pieces I'm just doing with some static CSS to wire it in here. We'll probably get a little bit more stuff with Bootstrap at some point. Rising Phoenix, greetings, welcome, hi. Yeah, we're totally finished now. That's it, styled. The funny part being that that's actually not the worst spot to be on styling wise, but I do want to get little boxes around them in some way. So let's see. So for now, I'm just going to put the style on it while we check this, and then I will see about adding in a CSS class. You know what? Actually, let's make a CSS class that'll actually cover those. So we'll add the class first, that way we can see it on there. Do we already have a tag? Is there already a tag class? Hang on. Class equals tag. Does that do anything? No. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Lizrig, welcome. Greetings. Thanks for that follow. Much appreciated. Perhaps try the feel of putting the tags inside of Bootstrap badges? Ooh, that's a good suggestion. Let's see what they look like. Little rounded corner boxes. That's not bad. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let's take a look, see what it does. That's not terrible. What does just badge do versus badge secondary? I don't know what secondary is doing on that one, so we'll just cut it to a badge. And that actually seems to look alright. Yeah, that's not bad. We can do that. Let's do it. So we'll put badge on those for now. Anybody... Did you already prep the spans? I thought it could be a nice... Oh yeah, flow motion. Absolutely is. That was a very good suggestion. So let's just say class badge. It's a badger. Oh, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. I derped. You're correct. Cool, that's ugly. Yeah, we need to fix that in the default styling. Although it looks nice in this one. Looks nice in the darkly. Slate, it also looks reasonable in. But the default still showing that blue is just, ugh. No, we don't have a color, huh. Oh, yeah, sorry, Stoolpenner. I do not know, to be honest. I think that it is losing its connection to Twitch through TwitchLib because I haven't upgraded TwitchLib in it in a while. So I need to, but haven't. That's my guess. I will give it a restart for you, though. If you do badge success, you get a green one. You're suggesting that if I do badge success, it would look green if I were, say, in the default and did badge success. No, didn't get it. So I won't worry about it. We might not have the right styling for that right now anyway. So we're going to leave it like that for now. Then actually, what happens when these shrink together? Does that give it enough padding to make it look alright when they actually come together? Like, do they actually look okay? It's actually holding some space. So yeah, those are obvious, distinct objects, even when it is this narrow. So I think that'll work. That definitely gets us what we need for those. Next thing. So I did a if this less than 5 kind of thing. Index less than 5. I wonder, can I write this a little bit differently? Let's open up the associated JavaScript file, which is going to be this one. And I want to add show more tags equals false. And by equals, I mean equals false. Because C#. Show more tags or index equals that. Okay, sounds good. So here's what we're going to do to check that. I'm going to go out to the page, and I'm going to pull up our little script thing here. Oh, I need to find out what those are. Show more tags is not defined. What? Didn't I just define that? Needed to refresh. There we go. Open up Vue, get rid of the console so we can actually see it. So we're looking at this narrow list of stuff right there, and I'm going to open up the root, and we're going to change this value from false to true, and all of a sudden more appear. And when we switch this to false, they go away. So that means that the display of those values is now wired up to this Boolean value, this show more tags. So we now just need to wire up a button that has like show more, show less kind of flipping behavior. So what do we want to create? Well, this could also be a clickable span, to be honest. I don't really know what we want to do with it. It could be a button that says that's value is bound to. Oh, right. I should do that here and instead say. How do I want to bind that? Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. Do people recommend we do it? So this person's suggesting that we wire it up as the text, and we say, you know, text of the button is a thing. Which isn't the worst. Any other suggestion? Nope, no other suggestions in this one. Because kind of what I'm thinking is, because we can do it like this, where we just wire it up and we do it based on a Boolean, use a ternary, because we already have the Boolean. I was just wondering if that's like bad form, and they don't seem to be suggesting against it. Because what I was wondering is if we wanted to do a bind of the value in some way, because I think you can set the button that way as well. So, don't know. Okay, so, whoops, at click. B dash, B dash on click equals, show more, less tags. And then if we're going to bind the other one, we'll just do this as a Boolean based on that value. So we're going to say show more tags, question mark, that or that. And this will be, if showing more, we'll say show less. And if we're not, then we'll say show more. We need to wire up to this event, so we're going to create it in the back end as a method. So not fetch channels, not format, not tag search, but show more, and we're going to make this method just flip that variable. This dot show more tags equals shortcut. We're just going to do that. So it will just toggle. There we go. So button doesn't look great, but it definitely works. We can see it working. Awesome. Love that. Riley Dumb, greetings, welcome. I apologize for not saying hi earlier. Let's see. Links to those primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info. Okay, sounds good. Hey, S&B, greetings, welcome. Yes, we've got at least two mods in the chat today. Yeah, Stool Penner, sorcery. No, it's just nice. I love watching little things like that working. It's so nice when they just wire up and you're like, hey, it did the thing. So these CSS changes are separate from the show more and less stuff that we did. So yeah, we're gonna do this first. Let's make the button a little bit less ugly first. Internet, you got suggestions on this? I don't need it to be pure CSS. They're just suggesting a basic... so that's funny, they didn't input, I did a button. They're posting for it? What? Oh, no. They didn't. I was incorrect about that. So they display it based on the CSS value for how they show that. That's not the styling I was looking for. Person with a JS fiddle, how's yours look? So you did yours as just a basic link text, which I'm just worried because our link text, I'm going to have to do a bunch of stuff with styling to make ours work. Not to say that I can't make it work, but I'd rather not. Use impure CSS. I'm not sure what impure CSS is, to be honest. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to have more styling things that need fixing, and we'll just deal with that. So we still need some styling fixes. So this will be add a show more, show less button for tags. Because I want it to work more than anything else. I care less about the styling, because we can add that in later. So this is going to be making tag selection wrap. Okay, so that makes it wrap. Next thing I want to do is make the clicking on these tags actually do something. So right now it doesn't actually do anything. Welcome, FlowZeeker. Thanks for that follow, much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying the stream. You got a privacy policy in terms to use to the DevStreams select skill and use no CSS or styling whatsoever as there you go. Oh, I didn't ever start up the bot again. I killed it, but I don't think I started it. There it goes. The bot is back, so now FlowZeeker can ask the bot where the Discord is. There you go. Alright, so we have this. I want to wire this href up to... So we're going to say v on click. And what do we want to do with it? We want to do... Oh, and if you don't like this syntax, as I recall, I think in our pages, I think we have to do this to make it work. The double at, because the at sign in Razor is for getting C# syntax. So that's how you escape Razor. I think you put a second at sign in there if I'm remembering. But that's why I switched to the v-on here, is because the fact that we're inside of a Razor page means that I needed to add the extra bit, and that just felt weird to me. FlowZeeker, no, our Discord right now, so we used to have some talk channels, but I got rid of them. They are all text channels right now, so not to say we couldn't add one, but we do not have one at the moment. So on click, we want to select select tag right. Can you not do uppercase and it escapes it that way? What do you mean? What's an uppercase at sign look like? Can you not do uppercase and it escapes it that way? Similar to using an underscore for hyphens in the output? No, so the challenge is, in order to do the shortcut and say an at sign instead of saying this v-on click, oh, yeah, v-on click, yeah, that works fine. This works. Yeah, no, this code works. What doesn't work is trying to get rid of this and do the shorthand of an at, because you end up having to do two. And then that just looks weird and confuses people. So, hence, we're not doing that one. Okay, so... we want to I want to pass that in there. Yes, I have to Razor escape. Exactly, Riley. You got that. Do I have anything? No, we don't have anything for selecting tags because that's all coming through on the... Why? Alright, something about my setup is messing that up and adding tabs every once in a while. What did I call it? Select tag. Function. And yeah, I use this syntax for that. You can fat arrow this too if you want. I just don't. I do want to pass a parameter. The parameter is going to be tag ID? Or is it tag? Ooh, might be just tag. What's our selected tags collection? It is a collection of the actual tags, I think, isn't it? Oh my god, they really are tabs up here. How did these get up here? Why are there tabs in my code base? I don't mind tabs, but I certainly don't want them mixed. I don't know how that happened. I must not have been paying attention when merging in someone's commit, would be my guess. Yeah, so the funny thing being that you can do it in VS Code as well. So I have it right back here. But yes, you can do it in Visual Studio. I probably should be in code because I'm doing Stool Penner. We have an editor config file in at least one of our projects. I don't remember if this one has it. But yes, that's a good point. We'll switch over to VS Code, because why not? I usually do VS Code for our JavaScript stuff and Visual Studio for our C# stuff, but I just didn't really switch at this point. So I want to say tag this dot selected tag, isn't it? Selected tags is a plural. Search filters dot selected tags. That's why I didn't see it. Selected tags. No, the question is, are we going to continue using the other tagging or not? Are we going to have the search? Let's see. If I do an array.distinct on it, no, because I want to remove duplicates. I don't actually want to do it. Remove duplicates from array. Internet, what you got for me? Ooh, that's a nice way to do it. Yeah, see, I hadn't thought about that. That's so actually construct it that way when you do it. Okay. So essentially we would do this, but instead of doing array, it would be we want to push it on here first, though, right? So that'll be the array. Is that you know what? Push the tag on, and then we will run this to make it unique. I think that'll work. That'll do. Yeah, Stool Penner. The DevChatter bot should have one. I don't know about anyone else, but I've found I need an extension to get editor config to work in VS Code. I thought VS Code supported editor configs, but maybe I'm wrong. SNB is in here. Yeah, so SNB basically a set as opposed to just an array. By definition, this is going to be the unique one. And rather than maintaining it as a set, essentially what this is doing is this is telling the set to be treated like a, essentially split this. So think of this like taking in a params array here. So we're then constructing an array from the individual elements that are inside of the set, and the set is specifically not able to have duplicates. So the spread is basically taking this and splitting up the objects and doing that. So all that does. And SNB, you made my case that I pointed at Corey House at one point when I was arguing with him on Twitter, and he did a thing that I was like, but people are going to look at that and not immediately know what it does. So if you're going to do that, you need to hide that inside of a method that's very well named about what it does, so that people don't get surprised by it. And even this, I now agree that I need to put this comment on here, which means that I should extract this into a method that does duplicate removal. I don't know why I hit the keyboard shortcut to open up a second one of those, but we're going to say that. Remove duplicates. So that way, in case we added the same one, oh, actually, no, I have the solution for it. I shouldn't have to worry about removing duplicates. We're gonna, well, here's what we're gonna do. Well, I'm gonna leave this code here just in case. I was gonna get rid of it, and then I'm like, let's just save that so I don't have to go rewrite it. But we're gonna push it onto the selected tag because we're gonna change it. Do we select and deselect? Or unselect tag? Or remove tag? Maybe instead of select tag, we say add tag. And remove tag. Add and remove are easier words. Might be the better way to do it. Add and remove. Add tag, remove tag. Nope. I really figured, I thought it was going to be the top element. Yeah, see, 9 ways to do it. Hey, I know Chris, good guy. So yes, you could... No, specific one. Where's the specific one? Filtered array would be a way to do it. I'd rather splice it out of there if I can. Remove that specific one. See, that leaves it not the way I want. Link slumps question. Oh, GraphQL question. Yeah. Yep. SNB is correct. Good place to move to Discord. You need to get the channel graph. Yeah. So I will ignore the GraphQL questions that are going on in chat. So this person recommends just making a method and splicing it, which is a reasonable way to do it. That is hilarious, the number of people that voted that up. That is insane. Wow. Okay. And basically all we wanted was this. But I really was hoping that there'd be a nicer way to do that with the new stuff. I was hoping, but I'll settle. So we'll remove that one. Jump Pack Coding, welcome, greetings. Jump Pack Coding, no, your question is fantastic. Thank you, because I didn't have that up. So now that it's displaying, question can get answered way easier. Yes, you are correct. We could go and wrap that in a method. I'm not going to add it just now, though. But yes, extracting that as a method, absolutely worth doing. And I do mean method because you are suggesting we actually put it on the object itself. So remove tag. So we're going to do that. Add tag right there. That works. Let me jump back over to here. And I want to welcome anyone that's your first time here. We are glad you decided to stop by and join the stream for the day. Hopefully you are enjoying what we're doing. So we splice off that one, so remove it, and now we need to adjust how we display it, because we're now saying that we have add and remove, and we're not being cautious about removing duplicates, which means we need to make sure that we're not putting duplicates in a normal scenario in there. We can add that in there later on as a safety if we want. However, before we do that, let's jump in here, go to Channels, Index CSHTML, and take a look at how this is actually set up. Wait, did I open the right one? Yes, I did. Okay. Right here. So I said select tag, which first off, this is add tag. That's a good question. I could adjust it so it adds or removes depending on whether it's in there, and just to make it a make the method itself handle either one. But I'm not sure if Vue has a way to do this. VueJS change click method based on value. No. I don't know if there's a way to do this. 1, 2, click. Oh my god, you really can. Alright, so it will just let me put whatever I want in there, so I could actually do that. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna make a toggle tag method and not worry about that. But I was just wondering whether or not you could do it. So we're gonna say click tag. Passing in the parameter. So we're gonna say the parameter is tag. Should be fine. So click tag tag, and inside of the JS, I make click tag. Then really, this is the one that just does both of these, which is probably a nicer way to write this. Anyway, tag. Oops. So we'll say, and yes, I'm going to do this as an if because I think it looks a little bit nicer. This dot search filter selected tags. Index of, you know what? I'm actually going to write it this way. So I put this here, but I'm actually just going to grab that as the index. So we're just going to put this here and say grab the index no matter what, and say if index is greater than -1, then that means it's in there and we remove it. Oh, that's hilarious. I just wrote this. Derp. Otherwise, so this is where we go into our else. We're going to do that one. So if the index was there, remove it. If not, add it. Done. Since we did it that way, we shouldn't have to remove duplicates either. So click tag becomes the only thing we do. And now we just need to adjust the styling of it. But let's see if the page works now. And I'll catch up on chat. I apologize. I was not watching it. Jump pack coding. Awesome. There will not be a stream tomorrow, but you can watch the recording of today's stream tomorrow if you like. I'm not planning on doing a Wednesday stream. I think there's an error on this page unless I need to just refresh. So let's pull up the console so we can see what's going on. Ooh, it's working. Look at that. C++ stream, Gareth's, remove it. Yeah. So no one does F#, C++, and JavaScript in our test data, but these do. So, awesome. Hey. We need their styling to update so we can tell that they're selected or display selected tags somewhere. But I really do like that. So that little bit that we did here, this is, well, that's adjusting spacing, but this little bit of code right here gave us a tag selector based on what we'd already written. So that was cool. I like that. I always like it when the little stuff works. Sushi Slash, welcome. Thanks for that follow. Much appreciated. Alright, so make the new tag selection work. I like that better than our search box, just because the search box really required some extra stuff. So, I agree, SNB. Talk about some hype right there. That is nice. And the cool part is we can add this. So, hey, you want to add .NET Core? Boom. So, I like it. And because they're using the same data source, it actually works out really nice. Didn't realize the live button was working. Now when viewing a channel, that's awesome. Thanks for those 5 biddies there, S&B. Does that jump you to a silver badge or something? I bet it does. Didn't realize the live button was working now when viewing a channel. That's awesome. Oh, yes, Riley Dom. Yeah, if you're on a page, it does display whether or not that channel is live. So what he is referring to is this. If you go to the details page, you'll see that Brandonius is offline, but DevChatter is online. That's interesting that I say live and offline. Maybe I should say online. Or something. But that could... online could be different. So... weird. Anyway, that is what that does. So those are all committed, so nice. Hooray. So I like that. That works well. Or show more, show less works out well. I kind of feel like we need to display this a little bit better somewhere. And I kind of want to adjust those numbers. So we're showing the tag count, but I kind of want that to be based on the data we've got here instead of pulling that from the server. So, how do we get that then? So instead of being based on tags, I kind of want to make a computed field instead. So let's take a look at that. So instead of methods, we're going to make computed, computed, I know my words. I think that's what it's called. And what is this computed value? It is going to be a... So tags is out, but available tags, used tags, tag something. It's gonna be tag something for now because I don't have a better answer than that. Let me just make sure I don't mess up the syntax. Computed. I keep typing computer. I want computed. Just a basic function return. Was it? Oh, I'm thinking of watch. Watch is the one with the extra syntax, the optional extra syntax. That's why my brain's not working today. Sorry about that, everyone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this dot tag for now. And yes, tag something is the name until I come up with what that actually is. So first off, we are going to just wire it up to use the computed property because step one, do nothing and make sure it still works. So boom, it did not work. That's why it's important that we check that. Is it considered a method then, and that's why it didn't work? Nope. Alright, what's it yelling at me about? There's gotta be an error, right? Really? Did I not return it? What did I do? I derped it. I didn't return it. That was a mega derp right there. Tag usage count. Ooh, maybe, Simon. Tags with usage. So let's try that. Tags with usage. Although I might want to go with count instead. We might go with what you were suggesting there. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. So with a watcher, you can do this same basic syntax like we did here with computed, and do a fairly simple one, or you can do this more complex structure where you have both the handler and like specifying other properties like that it's deep, which means watching the child attributes of it as well. So that's why I was like, oh right, that's the watch syntax, not the computed syntax. So let's see. So we wired this up so these still work just fine. There's nothing strange about that. The next thing that we want to do is we want to limit that data set only to the ones that are used by the currently displayed channels. So channel list, search filters, so channels. When we filter that, so when we display this, it's the channels list that is the one that we're deciding to display. So as we search that, are we really adjusting that on the server side? God, I hope not. We might be, though. I don't remember. Tags. Channel query, and we're specifying the tags. Okay, we are. Alright, well, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, because if we had a lot of data, we might want to check there. Okay, so this fetches all the channels. So whatever the channel data is, that's what we have to go on. So tags with usage is going to be based on this. So it's going to be tags, but it's going to get mapped. So let's say tag, and a big old fat arrow, fat arrow if I could type it. So we're going to have tag as the first property. So I'm actually going to write it the doesn't need to be but long syntax here. So I'm going to say tag and count. Oh, do I have the basic count on there already, because I did name and count and ID are on these already. So this is a different count. So this is almost like filtered count. Tags with filtered count. Because the other one was an overall count. So how do we calculate the filtered count? So this is going to be, put that back. Filtered count is going to be this dot channels. Channels have tags on them, right? We display the tags of a channel. Channel tags, yes. Yeah, thanks, Simon. Yep, sounds good. Weird. So did someone wire... is that, Stoolpenner, is that your, instance of the DevChatter bot, I'm assuming, then? Filtered count this dot channels, I like the win and earn 0 coins. Oh, that's funny. So what do I want to do? Count array count lambda. Yeah, I want to do it with a lambda though. That's not what I want to do. I want to do it as a function with a lambda. So we're gonna filter that with function is that dot length. Oh, we could reduce it. That would not be terrible. So we filter based on that and then count the length of it. Yeah, that would work. So we'll do it that way. That is very readable. So we're gonna say this dot channels, and then we're gonna say filter by this. And in order to make this more readable, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do this as well. So we're gonna say tag is that, and then filtered count is going to be... What? Why does it expect a... Oh, derp! Because I'm new lining it, I need the extra set of parens. Forgot. Okay, so here's the challenge: is JavaScript did not know how to handle this, because these curly braces could either have been an object initialization, or it could have been defining the scope of the lambda function that I put in here. So that was the difference. That's why I had to put that in there. I love the rigged bot. Except we're going to do this as a lambda. I don't know why this is written this way. You don't have a code action for that? So inside of the filter... Oh, wait, what? Now you're going to offer me one? I guess I could extract that into a constant anonymous function. That we called has tag. Except it needs to know what the tag is at the time, so we're not going to do it that way. We're instead going to do it like this. Put it in here. And instead of return x equals 2, we're just going to say x equals 2. What's on their tags, I wonder? Let's take a look. So this, we're just listing values, and if I take a look at the code here where we display tags, we're formatting tags. What did we do with them? Format tags map. So we did grab tag name off of them. So they have a tag.name. So I don't know that these are going to be the same tag objects, and whether or not that's going to work. So if we say tags, we could check just the names. If we did this, that would do it, I think. And then filtered count would end up being the value we have on here. And I think I saw someone typing in chat. Give me a second. Filtered count. Let me do that. Let's refresh this and see, did we blow up horribly? We did. Okay. Did I not name it that? Tags with usage. Oh, tags with filtered count. Yep, see, I renamed it. Derp. Alright, there we go. Wait, I don't have the names? Why don't I have the names? Did I map it somewhere? Tag. Name, tag.name. There we go. So now when I do this, ooh, blows up. Cannot read filter on null. Cannot read filter on null. Uh-oh. I guess I could, channels is null? It's not empty? Well, that seems weird. Hang on, let me check that again. I click that once and then that blows up. Cannot read property filter of null. Huh. So first off, Vigilantrex, welcome. Thanks for that follow, much appreciated. Yeah, it's returning me a null, which is annoying because I didn't think it should. Oh, that's the tag object. Wait, hang on. Hang on. When I send this here, where does tag ID come from? Selected tags, but I am pulling the tag object here, and I don't actually have that value on it. So that's my problem. I am going to cheat. We're gonna do this. For each one of the tags, we are just going to do tag.filtered count equals that. And there's how we cheat. Whew, I'm not sure where I want to put these breaks to make this readable. Maybe here. Actually, I think I'm going to do it here. Break it at those points. Yeah, so break it at the methods. There we go. Derp. Oh, it's not each, is it? I'm remembering a jQuery method, aren't I? It's for each, yeah. See? I think each is the jQuery one that for some reason popped into my brain. If I remember correctly, that's where that one's from. Okay, so we still need to wire them up because they're missing, but that does seem to work now. Rambling Geek, hello, greetings, welcome. I love the, like, hi in chat. It's one of those reasons why I'd recommend people get to know the community that we've got here, because you really can meet a lot of cool people. So, tags has a bunch of objects in it. Ooh, I'm altering the tags collection when I do that. Right, because I did it this way. So this is returning the for each, which isn't what I want to do. I'd want to tag that. So we would want to do this as like a watch on something? Watch on the tag? Watch on the search filters? So if we did it that way, we'd want to do it there, but I don't really want to do that, because that doesn't work quite right. I do want to do this as a computed field based on the value of the channels. Because I could do this and just yank this out of here and put this after we get back the new set of channels each time. Because I could just put it here, do that, and say like if this dot channels, then apply this. So if we have channels, go ahead and run that based on it, at which point this list, instead of being tags, instead of being that, it's just tags. And then we only display the tag if it's greater than that. We'd then have to sort based on the count. So these display again. Do their numbers adjust as we do this? Well, that stays too. We don't have enough overlap on these to tell because none of the other ones have those values. Let's change up some data. We need to change up data because we can't see that. Hang on, I see some questions in chat. Let me wrap up what I'm doing right here, and then I'll take a look at that. I think that's the password. Yes, it is. Okay. So very quickly on the channels, I need to add a couple of tags. So we're gonna say .NET Core on this one because that's a number that can change. Whoops, I left a little debugger there. That was my mistake. All right, so Gareth should now have .NET Core listed. Okay, good. So we should adjust the order of these. Okay, so .NET Core, when I click on that, the C# value over here on the left, watch that value. It's changing, so if I do that, now it says that it will limit it to 1. So it's now telling me how many I would limit it down to if I click that. So now the challenge is we want to sort based on that count value that I've got there, and in addition, we need to not display the ones that there are 0 of. So let's do this. Whoops, VS Code, not that one. So if either of these and show more tags, wait, how do I get the bound item on here? You know what? I can do tags with any computed field. Say available tags. Yeah, we'll do that. Computed. Available tags. Is going to be a function that returns tags filter by tag dot, what we call it, filtered count. So remove all those ones, and then what is their thing? Sort. Okay. Sort by tag dots filtered count. We want that reversed, don't we? Why is my brain not working today? My brain's not working today. Why did I say sort descending? Because I probably don't want to reverse. Is there not a way to do it descending? Other than reverse? Oh yeah, I could do it that way. Sorry, I'm different for a moment. What theme are you using? Your code got this dots. Oh, so yeah, that is visual white space. So that is actually a feature of VS Code and Visual Studio. So you're talking about these dots here. I forget where that is in render white space. Toggle render white space. So there it is inside of VS Code, and I run it in Visual Studio as well. And it's Control RW over here for like, which I always tell people is like really white space. I don't remember where this setting is. It's somewhere in the settings in this. You can find that as well. Figured I would offer that. It's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. So that's the compare function. So I need to do it based on A and B and the values that I actually want. So my sort needs to be not this, but we'll call it A and B, because why not? Everybody else does. A and filtered count minus B dot filtered count, which might work. Let's have a look at what happens when I do that. Does it? Oh, did I use it? I don't remember if I used it. No, I did not use it, clearly, because it's not displaying. Yep, see, I didn't. Available tags. Does it just blow up? Yes, it does. See, I thought it might. When it just worked, I was like, that shouldn't have just worked the first try. Tags is not defined? What? I must have called it without saying this, didn't I? This dot tags. One of those things you gotta actually make sure you catch on this is that it does require that you specify this dot. Ooh. View, really? Yeah, so my computed available tags doesn't have anything in it. So let's do this. I'm going to toss a debugger in there so that we catch that, hopefully. Here we are. So we're at this point. Let's see what we did. Console. Let's remove the sorting. Interesting. Oh, my initial set? Maybe because... Oh, because we apply it at... yes. I know the problem. We applied it after the fact. So, that's the issue. So, here's what we're going to do. We need to set it anytime we reset that list. So, instead of setting the filtered count, we're just going to set the count, because that started us with our initial one, and we need to just adjust it as we do that. So we're just going to check count, and this is just going to be count, and I apologize for clapping, everyone, I didn't think. We're just going to do that, and then we're just going to set it down here, because that value is no longer going to matter, so I think we can reset it without consequence. Did we not start with an initial one? Oh, because it's based on filtered count now, isn't it? So that property didn't exist. So, yep, so it was backwards. I thought we'd have it backwards. So B minus A for descending. So C# JavaScript .NET Core. So if I click on .NET Core, then those disappear. And C# should limit to this one. And so that should just include the tags, which actually, now that I think about it, we should exclude anything that doesn't have more than one. Filter anything that isn't more than one. So if there's only one, don't bother with it. So... Oh, if it's only one and it's selected already, I think is what we're going for. Hey, Zunjin, welcome, greetings. There is a great extension that makes trailing white space go red in VS Code. Simon, that would be fantastic, actually, because that is one of the main reasons why you want visual white space, is to just see, is something wonky in the white space. Have a good time working there, Zunjin. Get back to it. We only want to show the show more or less button if there are more or less to show. So we're going to make this a v-if available tags length greater than... Show more tags. Index is less than 5. Only if it's greater than 5. Because this would allow 5 to be shown. Available tags length is not greater than 5? Really? I kind of agree with S&B on that one. That feature seems like something that should be built into Visual Studio. It doesn't seem like something that should be up to us to figure out. Oh, because I made it sub 1. Okay, so it really was that. So if I set that back down to 0, and then I switch this back to that, they really were not more than 5. Okay. Hang on a second, everyone. I got a message I need to check on. Came through the channel where I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. I got asked a question. Okay, so it's actually about a conference talk. So I got asked to sub in for someone on literally Friday. I'm going to a conference, and a speaker backed out. I don't know the reason. I always assume that it's like some kind of serious emergency that pulled someone out. Anyway, the funny part is I just got the information back on something. So sadly, I am stuck doing the first session of the day time slot. So beginning time slot, which is one of those like, oh man, like I'm gonna be tired, everyone's gonna be tired. I guess it's caffeine time. But the funny part was I'd commented, I was like, when they asked me, I was like, you're not trying to fill the 8:30 slot, are you? And the answer is yes. Yes, they were. Sounds like I've got a morning session, which shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to cover the morning session. So they just are trying not to shift anyone else around if they can avoid it, because speakers might have been planning on doing their session at a certain time and been telling people when to show up. So moving them, if you can avoid it, is usually something you don't want to do. If you can, avoid it, you do. For VS Code, I think the whole culture is that everything is an extension. For Big Brother VS, I agree, it should be built in. Yeah, so Simon, I agree. It should be part of Visual Studio, and it should be an extension for VS Code. Yep, 100%. SMB's question of, am I going to do my live coding streams talk at Stir Trek? No. So I'm going to be giving my C# talk at Stir Trek this year. I'm not going to be giving my live coding streams talk. However, I am going to try and do some streaming while I'm there if I can get it set up and working. We do have... Oh, yeah, Benji, I do not have a link to Pluralsight from the bot there. Welcome, thanks for the follow, by the way. Though you can find... at least, I don't think I do. You can find links to my Pluralsight stuff down below the stream in the panels, so if you are interested in checking out the courses I've done on Pluralsight, those are down there. You'll have your morning cheer on for the talk. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. You'll need to have a writer for free G Fill. Yeah, SNB, exactly. So anyway, I'll see if I can get anything streaming during the event. So I'm going to try to interview some people. There are going to be other live streamers there. Interestingly, they're going to have a speaker talking about live coding streams that is not me this year. They grabbed a live coding streamer that streams on YouTube that's doing that one. So we'll see how that is. I will probably stop by that one, assuming it's not also at 8:30, at which point I would miss it. But there should be that. I am going to try to gather together all the people who have been guests or otherwise are in the chat here for at least a photo, if not trying to interview people during the event. So I'm going to try to catch some of them. So look forward to stuff on Friday. I'm hoping I can go live with some bonus streams, but we'll see what happens. Exactly, SNB. There's some like startup like streaming service. It's called like YouTubby or something. I don't know. Hey Crichton, welcome. Yeah, I started up the stream a little bit late today, but we're taking a look at this. I like what we put in here. That was nice. That worked pretty well. Let's see. We called it available tags. That order tags by count and filter them. So we're going to filter and order the tags based on those values. So when I limit to VueJS, you can see the tags that are on DevChatter, which is the cool part. If I'm filtered to F#, you can see just the ones that are on Gareth's. I would kind of like it to be that if it's not selected, that we don't display it if it only has one tag. But we're going to need to figure out how we want to do that. And I think I want to give this an available tags selection little heading or something like that as well. So let's give it that just to make it a little bit clearer that that's what that is. Well, that's weird. Available tags for Ajax. That's weird. Tags, so that's like selected tags and available tags at that point. Yeah, I kind of like that. So right now we have our tags being little toggles, so they show here and you can click them to add and remove them, kind of like that. But I'm not 100% on doing it that way. Selected and available tags headings. Okay. Not bad. What else do we want to do with this? So I almost want to put these as like a sidebar over here. Like selected tags along the top and a sidebar to choose tags, maybe? Maybe they go on the right? Yes, Benji. This is an open source project, and it is out on GitHub, github.com/devchatter. It's our DevStreams project. You can find the code for it right here if you're interested in contributing. Or if you're interested in just taking a look at the source code, you can do that as well. We would welcome any contributions you'd be interested in making. Even if it's just documentation. That's one of the big things that I should mention to people. Even if you don't feel like you can contribute to the source code, you can always contribute to the documentation on open source projects. And that is often greatly appreciated as well. That's one of the quick and easy ways to help support open source projects, because they always need that kind of assistance. I'm debating tossing the multi-select control and just simplifying down to the just selection based on this, and just making it always do this kind of selection. Yeah, I agree, SNB. It's looking a little cluttered, and one of the things I feel like getting rid of this just because I'm not sure. Like, I like the fact that you can search, but I'm not sure what it's adding to us really. Which actually, now that I think about it, I almost want to do this for this instead. Selected tags. We don't need the count on this one because we know it's everything that's displayed. I can technically just say click tag on that. The display of it, we're going to display all of them out of the selected tags. I forgot to div around this and call it tag selection like this. Div. And to do that. Okay, selected tags apparently isn't a thing, which I forgot about because it's search filter.selected tags. There we go. C#, JavaScript, web dev. Okay, so I just don't want it to spread quite so much. Alright, so we'll change off the flexbox styling that we were doing and shift it to just something simpler. There we go. Selected tags are all listed up there. I can add and remove them by clicking up there or clicking down here. So up here, when I click them, it removes them. Up here, when I click them, it adds them. So I could make it a little X to remove or something like that if I don't want it to be the whole thing. So let's do it that way. We'll make it a little bit nicer. We'll make it so the tag displays, but the actual link piece is just a little X. So we're going to pull this out, exchange it for an X, put the actual value over here, and then see what that looks like. Refreshing this page. So the X looks bad, but it's there, so we need to style that X somehow, maybe? Let me see, did this actually have that as part of the template? Template, span, class, and click remove option. Class multi-select tag option. Hang on. Yeah, let's gank that code for now. We're gonna borrow that. So we're gonna borrow this. Go back to what we had here. We're gonna do it this way for now. So that's that span there, which is this one. For now, I'm going to put this class on it instead of badge. But we're gonna switch back to badge in a moment. I just want to see which pieces of that we need to grab for which things. Why did you open that? I didn't want that. That's option name, but we don't want option name. We want tag name. And our v-on-click is this. And then that tag is fine. And we don't need that. And reload the page. Okay, so we're borrowing their styling, and it works. So, see? We can... so now we just need to look at that... so we can just grab some of that styling and do it our own way. Use Entity Framework for your database join. It worked well. Oh, root guy, awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that would work. Did you answer my question? What add-on are you using so you see that? Oh, Sebi, yeah, I did answer that question. There is actually no add-on. In VS Code, I answered this a while ago. Literally just click on toggle render white space, and that's what decides whether or not the dots are on there. And if you're in Visual Studio, all you have to do is, what S&B mentioned there, is do Control-RW. And you can remember that as thinking like really white space. Is usually how I tell people to remember what that keyboard shortcut is. It sounds ridiculous. Really white space, and the ridiculousness is why you'll remember it. Okay, so that'll bring up this styling. Let's take a look at what is making this do its thing. Let's see. So it has a background color set that we want to use based on our theme values instead. What caused this one? What gave that its stuff? Content. Right there. So the after in this puts in a backslash D7, which must be that centralized little X there. We can do that. We can fake that ourselves. So we're not going to call it this. We're going to call it, instead of class multi-select tag icon, I want to call it tag remove icon. Because that's what that is. It's the tag removal icon. And then this is going to be the selected tag. Tag selected. That's what we want for that. Control left alt. I have to turn on a minor mode first, otherwise that key binding resolves to nothing. No idea what you're talking about, root guy, but I believe you. I believe you. Tag remove icon. Okay, so for tag remove icon, I'm gonna just borrow this. Jump over to our CSS. Tag remove icon. And we're probably not going to borrow all of that. So this is this one. that inside of there. This span needs a couple of things. Which I'm going to borrow that for now, and then I think I can trim a lot of this down, actually. I don't think we need most of this. The padding we're going to want, because that's what makes it actually look nice. That is actually a really nice border radius. Having a margin to the right gives spacing without ever pushing it off of the left, so I like that. Lightening the text on those is pretty nice. Our color needs to be based on... the background color for this needs to be based on the theme. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Did I call this... What did I call this? Selected tag? I did name this, right? Tag selection. Tag selected. So if we do that, add those in. Ooh, those aren't quite right. So there are a couple of other bits that are coming from this that, that we don't quite have replicated just yet. So let's refresh this and we'll take a look and see what it is we're still missing on this. Oh, why didn't that appear? I think I needed to go one step further back. Didn't fully undo those changes. Okay. So there we go. We're missing something. Which thing are we missing? This is so hard to work with, this being so small. I'm going to shrink this for a minute. I apologize about that, everyone. So this one is inheriting this as well. Code Monkey Dave, welcome. Thanks for that follow, much appreciated. Stoolpenner, take care. I will see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I was being facetious. Emacs has modes, minor, major. Major would be something like super. Ah, yes. Riley Dom, yes, that is correct. So site.css is the things that are going to be common, which means that we want to avoid things like color and too much else. So this is going to be like general styles. So I'm okay with choosing the radius of the box for tags, because I think we can probably get away with saying that the roundness of the corner of the tag rectangles will be consistent across themes, but not necessarily the like color styles of them. So I want this to be the selected variant of it, and that will probably come out of the theme. What that actually makes me wonder is whether I can leverage Bootstrap to just give us the color and just add that in to have it tell us that, but we'll see. Hey, Benji, thanks for the biddies, much appreciated. I don't think my overlay is turned on, so you don't actually get that much hype when I do that, because the bot's not a sub. However, I can always do that in the chat. Which actually does make me wonder, why isn't that on? Oh yes, I turned it off this morning. No, yesterday. There we go. Have some hype in the chat. Alright, so we got these. What makes that thing have that spacing around it? You know what? Here's how we're gonna do this. I want to get a better look at this, because I can't really tell what is going on with it right now. So we're going to make 2 of that. We're going to show it twice. And this one is going to have our versions. So the lower one will have our styling, and the upper one will have the other styling. So we're going to say this. Refresh that. There we go. Okay, so now we can maybe figure out what it has that ours does not. So let's take a look at the computed styles of this thing. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not even close to being the same. Hang on. Yeah. See, we're all these auto pieces, so it looks like it is our box around it that's not coming in right. So what do we have? Oh, yep. Because we are not hang remove. I think I'm missing the actual styling itself for it. I think that's the problem. I think we missed that. Which someone's probably saying that in chat right now. So this should be... Is this the same thing? Yes. So it just needed selected tag. So actually... Now that I think about it, if we just did selected, like, if we did tag selected after instead, and just applied this style to both of them, I should say applied the class to both of them. Correct words here, Brendan. Refresh it with a hard refresh. Ooh, that did not work right. What did I... Oh, derp. Nope, I know the problem. Here's what I screwed up here. This was multi-select tag icon, and then multi-select tag icon after are not the same. This is the icon. So that's what I derped. I hope someone put in the derp there for me. So this is... Actually, let's back up. There we go. So this is the tag remove icon. It's the tag remove icon, and that's the tag remove icon after. That's what we got wrong. There we go. So not totally perfect. There's still something causing the hover because there's a hover style on it. Which, you know what? Let's just do this. Thanks for minimizing it, everyone. So, cool trick. If you don't know you can do this, would it be okay for me to push my PR in tomorrow for a review next stream or whenever's convenient, please? Yeah, Riley. Feel free to send in, Riley Dumbs, send in the pull request and I will take a look at it at some point. So, there's a little button here that'll format minimize CSS. So, if you have that, you can just click that and it will make it a little bit prettier. So even though this is the minified version, if you want to look at it nicer, just do this. I want to look for icon. So multi-select icon. There's the after. See, here's the focus and the hover. So we need a focus and a hover. And the cursor actually seems kind of okay. I might want that everywhere. I don't know that we necessarily want to match their styling exactly on this. So we're going to adjust this because I don't want to match their styling 100%. I do want to change this to be ours, but they are correct that we do need to use both of these pieces, and that is... we want to hover, and this should tweak it, so I bet when they... Actually, it looks like... only that piece is highlighting. So what they're doing is the bounding box around the X is getting this green shade here, and then they're flipping the text from black, the black color, to this white color, so that you can see that you've cursored over the X to get rid of it. So those are the changes that they've done there. So if we refresh this, ours should do the same thing now. So there we go. So ours does the same thing. I think we don't need this to be exactly what they did, and we can tweak and adjust. So first off, the color is not going to be the color we use, I don't think. The question is, what colors can we get away with? So first off, let's just remove the color. And see what it looks like without the color. Let's see what happens. So ours looks like that. So we need some kind of background color on it. We don't, I guess we don't technically, but it would be nicer. So what did we go with on these? What are our existing tags? So we just said they were a badge, but we don't want it to be a badge. We want theme color class. Let's see what they got. Colors. So, we want text light or text white. That's a good question. Let's see. You could use button styles, button success. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at what it does. I'm just actually gonna put it on this one for now. Just this piece, which might look a little weird, but it'll at least show us what we're dealing with. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. I don't know that I'd do button success on it, but yeah. If I put that on the parent one, that actually might make more sense. Since the whole thing highlights when I do that, almost makes me wonder if I just want to make the whole thing clickable then. But I like the X being the target for that. But maybe the fact that the X is on there doesn't matter. Yeah, I actually like that. I think that works reasonably well. I'm not sure how well you can read the name of it because the color's not super great on it. Just because the green with that doesn't quite work. How about, is it warn or warning? I can't remember. Oh, that looks so funny. It's like a caramel apple on that thing. If we went that route, then essentially I think we can almost nuke half of this. I almost wonder how much of this we can get rid of. Because that piece we need. However, I'm not confident how much of this we need to keep. Actually, that I think we do still want to hang on to for now. And can we get rid of this? Or is like all of that providing us our other styling? I'm not keeping that green and orange. Okay. So this we need for the rounded corners. So we don't want the warning on there, but we do have that control, which I like. What's a button secondary look like? You're saying that's going to be blue in this styling? Well, that just looked weird. It's not terrible. So let's hide this for now. So get rid of that one, just look at ours. So we need to figure out why it's like loading up with some values and then disappearing. But I generally like it. I think that's gonna work for us. We're in a branch right now, so there's not a huge loss to me committing this, even with the commented out pieces. Let's see. Excuse me. Huh. If we go that route, then we lose that. Okay. Alright, well, we'll take a look at that. See what we end up with on it. Not too shabby. Okay, well, in that case, let me do this. So, I am going to close this and go ahead and do this. I am going to roll our credits. I want to make sure I comment about a couple of things along the way as well, but I am going to send us over on a raid to someone. Benji and S&B, thank you very much for the biddies. I want to make sure that I thank, I didn't even know Ardalis was here, but S&B and Stoolpenner for hanging out and helping moderate the channel. Code Monkey Dave, Benji, Vigilante, Sushi, Flo, and Liz, thank you very much for following, and Stoolpenner, thank you for subscribing today. That was your 9-month subscription, so that is super awesome. As I said, we are going to be doing a raid, so I don't want anyone to go anywhere just yet. We are going to hop over into another channel together, and I want you all to say hello and, you know, hang out. As I said, we're going to be raiding Gareth, who does an F# stream and is live right now. You may have seen Gareth's name in our site, because we actually use his site as part of our sample data. If you don't know, first off, if you are new here, I want to mention a couple of things before we leave, and that is that the code that we do here on the stream is all stored out on GitHub at github.com/devchatter. And you can also join our Discord if you are interested in chatting with me or any of the other viewers of DevChatter. the link again, chat, as well as down below. If you missed this part of this stream or want to catch any more of it, you can find it on the video section here on Twitch right now. So this whole stream is automatically recorded and there, and if you want to see archives of our older videos, those are over on YouTube at youtube.com/c/devchatter. Again, links there and down below. A couple of things I do want to mention. The stream we do here is usually 4 times a week on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So our next stream will be on Thursday, and they happen a little bit earlier on Thursdays. So if you take a look at your clock, subtract 4.5 hours, that's roughly speaking when we're going to start on Thursday. So we will be back for that one, and should be quite fun. This week I might do a little bit of extra streaming on Friday. We'll see what happens with that, but I figure I'll let you know that that is a possibility. I'm going to be at an event, and I might try to pull in some people and chat with them. So take care, happy coding, and bye everyone.